Hi, this is Belinda, your Maryland realtor, and I help people build generational wealth with real estate. Today's topic is the benefits of home ownership. And I know that owning a home, especially even when you're thinking about going through the process, because it's a lengthy process, and anything that involves not only your money, but it also involves that's probably one of the most expensive purchase that you have to do throughout your lifetime. So it's not an easy decision. It's not a decision that should be taken on a whim. But if you know at least that there are some benefit associated with owning a piece of real estate, especially where you live, I just think that it will kind of help you. It will ease you into making that decision. So let's get started. Let me tell you first of all that housing is one of the basic human needs. So shelter, food and shelter are the two basic human needs. We need shelter, we need food to keep ourselves healthy, and then we need a shelter, especially for those that not only live, in a part of the country where it's much, when it's colder, but also even in the warmer parts, you still need to have a shelter in order to just have a healthy life. So you can decide either to rent, you can decide to stay with family, but the bottom line is that you need a place to stay, you need a place where to lay your head down, you need a place where to keep your belongings and what have you. So why not having a place that can not only give you that benefit of the most basic need and also benefit from it, also in the long term. So the first benefit is of owning a home is the fact that you have the same monthly payment for the length of the loan. So I'm going by a 30-year fixed mortgage. So if you have a 30-year fixed mortgage, for 30 years, you will pay the same amount month to month. And I just think that this is just so amazing, because if I have to think about 30 years ago, that was 1993. So if you look at people who bought a home in 1993 and what the mortgage payments were, based on the value of the home also during that time, even in my area here, I mean, you will see that those probably those people were paying like $700 or even less than that into the mortgage payment. And then when I'm talking about mortgage payment, so I'm only talking about the principal and the interest, because many mortgages are based on premium and interest. So basically this is money that goes to the bank. Your principal will go to the bank into the amount that's basically the amount that the bank is loaning you. And then the interest is basically what the bank is charging you for loaning you that amount. Although there are some lenders who will also want to have the property taxes included, as well as, depending on if you have an FHA loan and you put down less than 20% of the value of the home, of the purchase price of the home, you will have a premium mortgage insurance that you will have to pay. And in some cases also you have to pay for your mortgage insurance, will also be included part of your mortgage payment. So and the reason why most of the lenders will kind of want to have your property taxes and your property taxes included is so that you do not have to pay the state by yourself, and because you might forget, and then the tax, the state will come and then have a handle on your property because of, which is called tax lien, that you did not pay your taxes, and then they can come and basically take the property. So they would do that. But let's just stay in the fact that your mortgage payment includes only your principal and interest. Principal, your interest will be the same for the life of the mortgage, 30 years. I just think that this is just amazing, because when you are renting year after year, your payment does not stay the same. Your payment stays the same for the duration of the lease, which is most likely a year or 18 months. And you know, in some very rare case, you have 24 months lease and they will stay the same. But after that, when that lease expires, it goes up based on inflation. Sometimes it can also be based on the property taxes, and you know, the landlord will want to kind of impose that onto you. And so you either take it or leave it. So having that benefit is huge. The fact that it does stay the same, that's huge. So the second benefit is that the fact that it builds, it adds value. So your home increases in value over time. And hopefully, I hope that you selected an area where the property, the value of the home kind of increases over time and doesn't devalue. So that's a huge benefit, because what he does, and then it brings me to point number 3, is that it gives you access to equity. Because as you pay your mortgage payment, so the principal amount goes back into what the bank loaned you. But as your house is increasing in value, that increase in value is basically kind of being brought as an equity to what you have. So let's just give an example. You purchase a home $200,000 and 10 years ago. And over the 10-year period, you've been able to pay $100,000 towards your principal. So which means that you only owe $100,000 towards a principal to the bank. But now that house is valued at $400,000, which is not uncommon in areas such as, you know, my backyard here in Washington, D.C., where house value tend to double every 12 years. So that's very common. You basically now have a $300,000 equity. Although you purchased that home at $200,000 and only pay down $100,000 in towards the principal. But now you have a $300,000 equity, in which that you can, basically bringing me to point number 4, you can kind of either cash out on that equity to buy another home. You can cash out on that equity to start a business, to start a new venture. And this is how kind of real estate builds generational wealth. This is one of the ways that real estate, owning the benefit of real estate and build generational wealth. And I would talk, and you know, my slogan is that help people build generational wealth with real estate, which is basically what it does. And I will do another video when I will talk about in detail about what that really means, and then how it's really done. Because if you look at 89%, so these are the statistics, 89% of wealthy people have built generational wealth starting with real estate. So real estate is big. Owning a piece of property is huge. It's a starting point for you to build it's a stepping stool for you to build a generational wealth. So you can cash out that money, you can refinance, you can basically do other things that you want to do with that. And the other benefit is that it helps you build credit. So by renting, you're not really building credit, because it's not reported to the 3 credit bureau companies, which are TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. But when you are making your monthly payment, your monthly mortgage payment, you are building you are building your credit with each payment. So, and then the other benefits that we have while owning a piece of property, it's the tax deduction. So if you do have a PMI, or premium mortgage insurance, so which I talked about a little earlier when it comes to an FHA loan, if you took on an FHA loan and that FHA loan was you put less than 20% down, so you might be able to claim that premium mortgage interest into deducted during your tax period, and then also you may be able to deduct also your property taxes into when you file your taxes. So, and then the other benefit is that apparently owning a home kind of gives you some health benefits in the same way that you will care for your property, so you will care about what's going on inside, and if you are renting. Because I mean, you know, those who are renting, especially renting a home, you know, sometimes you might have mold, or you know, a toilet that overflows, and then the landlord is kind of a little bit like a daisical when it comes to fixing it. And then you have your children kind of, you know, especially if you have children, inhaling that. It's not really safe, and then you can create some health problem. But when you own your home, it's something that you would take care of it right away. So these are just some of the many benefits. I mean, there are other benefits such as, you know, I mean, just giving you a sense of belonging, you know, especially in the community and things of that nature. And, you know, also not moving so much, you know, it's better for your children, and it develops, you know, a sense, like I say, a sense of community and the sense of belonging. So these are some of the benefits of owning a home, but I just wanted to highlight, you know, especially the ones that kind of put money back into our pockets and also help us kind of build generational wealth. I just think that it's wonderful to own a home, and many people are just not aware, or kind of let fear overtake the greater good of owning a home. But in a nutshell, this is what owning a home. These are some of the benefits of owning a home. So please feel free to ask questions, comments, and to let me know what you think about the benefits of owning a home, and if you're ready to make that purchase. So my name is Belinda, and I help people build generational wealth with real estate. Talk to you later. Bye.